an update, sir, just on where things stand with the summit? President Moon's national security advisor on the way here seemed to think that things are on track and that this will indeed happen.
Well, we're moving along, and we'll see what happens. There are certain conditions that we want, and I think we'll get those conditions. And if we don't have the meeting. And frankly, it has a chance to be a great meeting for North Korea and a great meeting for the world. If it doesn't happen, maybe it'll happen later. Maybe it'll happen at a different. South Korea with us. We've become great friends over the years, and it's now we've now known each other for quite some time. We're working on many things. Obviously, North Korea is the big one. No matter how big trade is, North Korea in this case is the big one, and we'll be discussing that. We'll also be discussing trade. We have a very big trade arrangement that we're renegotiating right now with South Korea. They've been excellent people to work with for the Trump administration, and we will have some pretty good news, I think, on trade, and we'll be discussing other things. But the big topic will be Singapore and the meeting, see what happens, whether or not it happens. If it does, that'll be great. It'll be a great thing for North Korea, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. Whatever it is, it is. But I look forward to spending quite a bit of time with the president, and I think a lot of good things will happen. I want to thank everybody for being here. Mr. President, great honor. Thank you.
Well, I would like to thank you, Mr. President, for your warm hospitality and for sharing much of your time with me. I know you have a very busy domestic calendar, as well as the all-important US-North Korea summit approaching. I heard the tragic news that many innocent lives were lost due to the shootings in a Texas high school a few days ago. So I'd like to convey my condolences to you and the American people. On a brighter note, I would like to congratulate you for the safe return of the American citizens who had been detained in North Korea. Thanks to your vision of achieving peace through strength, as well as your strong leadership, we are looking forward to the first ever US-North Korea summit, and we find ourselves standing one step closer to the dream of achieving complete denuclearization on the Korean Peninsula and world peace. All this was possible because of you, Mr. President, and I have no doubt that you will be able to accomplish a historic feat that no one had been able to achieve in the decades past. I have to say that the fate and the future of the Korean Peninsula hinge on this, and as such, I'll spare no effort to the end to support the success of the upcoming US-North Korea summit and stand with you all along the way, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President.
Serious about denuclearization?
I do think he's serious. I think he would like to see that happen. At the same time, he's going into a future that's different from what they've had. But I think he's absolutely very serious, yes.
Mr. President, can you...
1 second, Jen. Go ahead. Go ahead. John?
Can you give us an update, sir, just on where things stand with the summit? President Moon's national security advisor on the way here seemed to think that things are on track and that this will indeed happen.
Well, we're moving along, and we'll see what happens. There are certain conditions that we want, and I think we'll get those conditions. And if we don't have the meeting. And frankly, it has a chance to be a great meeting for North Korea and a great meeting for the world. If it doesn't happen, maybe it'll happen later. Maybe it'll happen at a different time. But we will see. But we are talking. The meeting scheduled, as you know, on June 12th in Singapore. And whether or not it happens, you'll be knowing pretty soon. But we're talking right now.
Do you have an idea of how denuclearization would take place? Would it be
I do. I have a very strong idea how it takes place. And it must take place. That's what we're talking about. It must take place. So, but I have a very strong idea, and I have very strong opinions on the subject. I also have very strong opinions that North Korea has a chance to be a great country. And it can't be a great country under the circumstances that they're living right now. But North Korea has a chance really to be a great country, and I think they should seize the opportunity, and we'll soon find out whether or not they want to do that. Yes?
President, have you spoken to Kim Jong Un?
I don't want to say that.
Do you trust Kim Jong Un going into these meetings?
There's no reason to discuss that. I can say this, that for a short period of time, we've been dealing with North Korea, and it's been a good experience. We have 3 hostages back. They're home. They're living with their families. They're very happy. I will say I'm a little disappointed because when Kim Jong Un had the meeting with President Xi in China, the second meeting, the first meeting we knew about, the second meeting, I think there was a little change in attitude from Kim Jong Un. So I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it from the standpoint of China. Now I hope that's not true because I have a great relationship with President Xi. He's a friend of mine. He likes me. I like him. That was two of the great days of my life being in China. I don't think anybody's ever been treated better in China ever in their history. And I just think it was, many of you were there. It was an incredible thing to witness and see. And we built a very good relationship. We speak a lot. But there was a difference when Kim Jong Un left China the second time. And I think they were dedicating an aircraft carrier that the United States paid for. Okay. Because we paid for a lot that was built in China. No, but I think that President Xi is a world-class poker player. And I'd probably maybe doing the same thing that he would do. But I will say this, there was a somewhat different attitude after that meeting, and I'm a little surprised. Now, maybe nothing happened. I'm not blaming anybody, but I'm just saying maybe nothing happened and maybe it did. But there was a different attitude by the North Korean folks when after that meeting. So I don't think it was a great meeting. Nobody knew about the meeting. And all of a sudden, it was reported that he was in China a second time. The first time everybody knew about, the second time it was like a surprise. And I think things changed after that meeting. So I can't say that I'm happy about it.
북미 정상회담이 성공할 수 있을 것인가, 그리고 북한의 완전한 비핵화라는 것이 과연 실현될 것인가, 여기에 대해서 개의적인 시각이 미국 내에 많이 있다는 사실을 잘 알고 있습니다.
Well, first of all, I'm very much aware that there are many skeptical views within the United States about whether the upcoming US-North Korea summit will truly be successful and whether the complete denuclearization of North Korea will be realized.
그러나 과거에 실패해 왔었다고 이번에도 실패할 것이라고 미리 비관한다면 역사의 발전이라는 것은 있을 수 없을 것입니다.
But I don't think there will be positive developments in history if we just assume that because it all failed in the past, it will fail again.
지금까지 북미 간에 여러 번 합의가 있었지만 정상들 간의 합의가 도모되는 것은 이번이 사상 최초입니다.
There have been many agreements between the United States and North Korea previously, but this will be the first time that there will be an agreement between the leaders.
더구나 그 정상회담을 이끄는 분이 바로 트럼프 대통령이십니다.
And moreover, the person who is in charge is President Trump.
트럼프 대통령은 지금의 이 극적인 변화, 긍정적인 상황 변화를 이끌어내셨습니다.
And President Trump has been able to achieve this dramatic and positive change that you see right now.
저는 트럼프 대통령께서 북미 정상회담도 반드시 성공시켜서 65년 동안 끝내지 못했던 한국 전쟁을 종식시키고 북한의 완전한 비핵화를 이룬과 동시에 한반도의 항구적인 평화 체제를 구축하고 또 북미 간에도 수교를 하는 등 정상적인 관계를 수립해내실 것이라고 확신합니다. 그것은 세계사에 있어서 엄청난 대전환이 될 것입니다. 그 엄청난 대전환의 위협을 반드시 이뤄낼 것이라는 믿음을 가지고 있고 저도 그게 최선을 다했습니다.
And I have every confidence that President Trump will be able to achieve a historic feat of making the upcoming US-North Korea summit successful and end the Korean War that had been lasting for the past 65 years, and also along the way achieve complete denuclearization of North Korea, establish a permanent peace regime on the Korean Peninsula, and also normalize relations between the United States and North Korea. I have every confidence that you will be able to make a historic turnaround in this sense, and I will spare no effort to provide all necessary support.
그리고 그것은 북한에게도 체제의 안전을 보장함과 동시에 북한에게 평화와 번영을 이렇게 만들 수 있게 해주는 아주 좋은 일이 될 것입니다.
And I believe that all of this will lead to a great thing, that it will also guarantee the security of the North Korean regime and also promise peace and prosperity for North Korea as well.